the test of time, but lies are soon exposed. Deceit fills hearts that are plotting evil. Joy fills hearts that are planning peace. My Bible was turned to tomorrow, but I don't think I read yesterday. I read it yesterday, but not today. So looking at Deuteronomy 29. These are the terms of the covenant of the Lord's command Moses to make with the Israelites while they were in the land of Moab, in addition to the covenant that he made with them in the Mount Sinai. Moses summoned all the Israelites and told them, "You have seen with your own eyes everything the Lord did in the land of Egypt to Pharaoh and to all of his servants and to all the whole countryside. All the great tests of strength, the miraculous signs, and the amazing wonders." Just talking about this to somebody. "But to this day the Lord has not given your minds that understanding, nor eyes that see, nor ears that can hear. For 40 years I led you through the wilderness, yet your clothes and your sandals did not wear out. You ate no bread and drank no wine and other alcoholic drinks, but he provided for you so that you would know that he is the Lord your God. When we came here, King Sihon of Heshbon and King Og of Bashan came out to fight against us, but we defeated them. We took their land and we gave it to the tribes of Reuben and Gad and to the half tribe of Manasseh as their grant of land. Therefore obey the terms of the covenant so that you will prosper in everything you do. All of you, tribal leaders, elders, officers, and all the men of Israel, and standing today in the presence of the Lord your God, your little ones and your wives who are with you, as well as the foreigners living among you, who chop your wood and carry your water. You are standing here today to enter into the covenant of the Lord your God. The Lord is making this covenant, including the curses. By entering into the covenant today, he will establish you as his people and confirm you that he is your God, just as he promised you and as he swore to the ancestor Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But you are not the only ones with whom I am making a covenant with its curses. I'm making this covenant both with you, who stand here today in the presence of the Lord your God, and also with the future generations who are not standing here yet today. You remember how to live in the land of Egypt and how we traveled through the lands of enemy nations as we left. You have seen their detestable practices and their idols made of wood, stone, silver, and gold. I am making this covenant with you so that no one among you, no man, woman, clan, or tribe, will turn away from the Lord your God to worship these gods of other nations, and so that that no root among you bears bitter and poisonous fruit. Those who hear the warnings of the curse should not congratulate themselves, thinking, I am safe, even though I'm following the desires of my own stubborn heart. This would lead to utter ruin. The Lord will never pardon such people. Instead, his anger and his jealousy will burn against them. All the curses written in the book will come down on them, and the Lord will erase their names from under heaven. The Lord will separate them from all the tribes of Israel to pour out on them all the curses of the covenant recorded in the book of instructions. Now, all the surrounding nations will ask, why has the Lord done this to his land? Why was he so angry? And the answer will be, this happened because the people of the land abandoned the covenant of the Lord, the God of their ancestors, that he had made with them when he brought them out of the land of Egypt. Instead, they turned away to serve and worship gods that they had not known before, gods that were not from their Lord. That is why the Lord's anger had burned against the land, bringing down on it every curse recorded in the book. What a warning from God. And it goes on, today I have given you the choice between life and death, between blessing and cursing. Now I call on heaven and earth to witness the choice that you make. Oh, that you would choose life so that you and your descendants might live. you can make the choice by loving the Lord your God, obeying him, and committing yourself firmly to him. This is the key to your life. And if you love and obey the Lord, you will live long in the land of the Lord that he has sworn to give unto your ancestors, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So the choice is yours. Love, live, and obey, and you will receive. As Jesus was speaking, one of the Pharisees invited him to his house for a meal. Luke 11:37. So he went in and took place at the table, and his host was amazed to see that he sat down to eat without first performing the hand-washing ceremony required by Jewish custom. The Lord said to him, "You Pharisees are so careful to clean the outside of the cup and dish, but inside is filthy, full of greed and wickedness. Fools, didn't God make the inside as well as the outside? So clean the inside by giving to the poor, and you will be clean all over." What sorrow awaits the Pharisees, for you are careful to tithe to the tiniest income of the herb garden, but you ignore justice and the love of God. You should tithe, yes, but do not neglect the more important things. What sorrow awaits the Pharisee, for you love to sit in the seat of honor in the synagogue and receive respectful greetings when you walk, as you walk in the marketplace. Yes, what sorrow awaits you, for you are like hidden graves in a field. People walk over you without even knowing the corruption that they're stepping on. "Teacher," said one of the experts of religious law, you have insulted us too. And what you were saying, and yes, Jesus said, what sorrow also awaits you, experts of the law, religious law, for you crush people with unbearable religious demands, and you never lift a finger to ease their burden. What sorrow awaits for you build monuments to the prophets your own ancestors killed long ago. But in fact, you stand as witnesses who agree with what your ancestors did. They killed the prophets. And you join in the crime by building the monuments. This is what God, in his wisdom, says about you. I will send prophets and apostles to them, but they will kill them and persecute the others. As a result, this generation will be held responsible for the murders of God's prophets from this creation of the world. From the murder of Abel to the murder of Zechariah, who was killed between the altar and the sacrifice. Yes, it will certainly be charged against this generation. What sorrow awaits the experts of religious law, for you remove the key of knowledge from the people, and you don't enter the kingdom yourself, but you prevent others from entering. As Jesus was leaving, the teachers of religious law and the Pharisees became hostile and tried to provoke him, and with many questions. They wanted to trap him by saying something that they could use against him. Meanwhile, the crowds grew until thousands were milling around and stepping on each other, and Jesus turned first to his disciples and warned them, "Beware of the yeast of the Pharisee, their hypocrisy. The time will come when everything that is covered up will be revealed, and all that is secret will be made known. Whatever you have said in the dark will be heard in the light, and whatever you are whispering behind closed doors will be shouted from the housetops for all to hear." Dear friends, don't be afraid of those who want to kill your body. They cannot do any more to you than that. But I tell you, who you really need to fear God. Who has the power to kill you and then throw you into hell. Yes, he's the one to fear. What is the price of 5 sparrows? 2 copper coins? Yet God does not forget one single one of them, and the very hairs on their head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are more valuable to God than the whole flock of sparrows. Psalm 70, "O my people, listen to my instructions. Open your ears to what I have to say, for I will speak to you in parables, and I will teach you hidden lessons from the past." Stories that we have heard and known, stories our ancestors handed down to us. We will not hide these truths from our children. We will tell the next generation about the glorious deeds of the Father, about the power, and about his might, and about his wonders. In Jesus' name.